Okay, in this video I'm just going to demonstrate how to use Maya Fur and animate it with dynamics. So I've just started with a sphere here, and I'm just going to go to the Fur tab and add a squirrel fur preset, and using Control A I'll go to my attribute editor and drop the inclination of the fur down to 0, and I'll increase the length a little bit to make the effect more obvious. Now I've got a couple of keys on this ball animating it, and I want these fur strands to actually move with dynamics. And you don't actually have dynamics as part of the fur system, but you do have dynamics with Maya hair. So if I pick the surface that the fur is on and jump into the dynamics menu and go to hair, create hair option box, make sure your output hair is NURBS curves, and the UV count, in this case I'm going to use 10 hairs to drive the fur. The more hairs you have, the slower the calculation will be. I'm going to make sure that it's dynamic, not static hair, and I'll leave the length at 2 and create the hairs. So now we have hair follicles and NURBS curves representing the hairs, and if I press play you can see the dynamics happening, but the hairs are intersecting with the sphere. So to fix this I'm going to grab the outliner and pick the hair system and increase the collide over sample to 5 and the collide width offset to 0.1, and then I'm going to pick the hair system from the outliner and pick the sphere with control, and then go to hair, make collide, and now we'll have collisions against the surface of the sphere. Now what we need to do is get the fur to move along with these hairs. So I'm going to pick any part of the hair system. I'm going to go back to my rendering menu, fur, attach hair system to fur, squirrel 2, and now I've got the fur traveling along with the hair system. So each of those hairs is actually driving a little clump of the fur underneath it. So if I want to render this as a sequence, in Maya you have to use the batch rendering to render a sequence. So render, batch render, and start the batch render. And now it's telling you down here that it's rendering the sequence. This is the final render of that demo hairball. Nothing particularly special to look at, but you can get some great results with Maya Fur, and it's pretty simple to set this up. I hope this has been useful, and see you next time.